We started a petition yesterday. We're trying to express to the city the desire of the constituents to aid this community and to seek a more imaginative solution than eviction. We're cleaning here today. We've got hundreds of bags of trash that we've bagged today. My 13-year-old daughter is here at this health and safety crisis place. I mean, she's way down there. I feel safe for her here working. We're obviously taking all the proper precautions. There is a health and safety crisis here, but it's not any worse than, in my estimation, than many other times at other encampments that I've been to. Not necessarily this one. This one's definitely got worse. We need to get the trash out. That's going to be a huge impact. And we're trying to show city officials that we'll do that work. Why didn't you call us? Why didn't you let us know? Why didn't you let every area church know? The mayor is powerful. Send every pastor in this area a note that says, we're going to have to evict all the homeless here if you don't come in and help clean this. There's a reason people gather under bridges. There's a reason when you go to other cities, there's tent encampments under bridges. It's because when we get a foot of snow in PA, like we do sometimes, the bridge takes the brunt of that, right? Not your tent. Or when it rains really hard, the bridge takes the brunt of that. And so we're trying to recognize that there's a reason that this place exists. I think best case scenario is eviction doesn't happen, that we're able to reimagine how we can keep this place clean, safe, healthy. No partnership was done with nonprofits prior to this decision being made that I'm aware of. I haven't talked to a nonprofit leader who said the city consulted with us to determine whether or not eviction was necessary. Or I know for a fact, as an organizer in this area, someone who runs an organization in this area, I was not contacted and others weren't contacted and asked, can you help with cleanup efforts under the bridge so that we can ensure we don't have to evict these people? There were no, I guess what I would call exits prior to determining this runway, and then determining that the runway needed to be 7 days on Martin Luther King Jr. Day week. It's an arbitrary timeline, and ultimately with the timeline, it creates all kinds of challenges for the nonprofits to spring into action to serve this community. So we feel that the best course of action would be for the city to reconsider their decision, to come back to the table and say, hey, maybe there's a different way we can solve this problem, and that ultimately brings more dignity to the people who live here. And then if they refuse to do that, at the very least, reconsider the timeline and the restraints that you've placed on the many people who work with this community regularly by the timeline.